What up? What up? What up? It's your girl Bella, and I am back on this TGIF Friday because I had to come and talk about Shedeur. If we don't report what's really happening and the truth, you're gonna start believing these lies because the lies start sounding like the truth, and then you're not gonna even really know what is the truth. Yeah, the media keeps trying to discredit Shedeur Sanders' football intelligence, like like he's some underdeveloped rookie. But the man was raised in the playbook. How insulting is that? That your dad is a Hall of Famer and they're calling you underdeveloped and unintelligent, right? His daddy is Coach Prime. I'm going to scream that every time because how dare you? How dare you? His OC was NFL proven and used to work for this organization. He trained with Tom Brady. And football is in his blood, no? And his lifestyle revolves around football. So why do they keep acting like he is slow, unprepared, or like he's just lucky to be here, y'all? So they don't want to admit that Shador intelligence is he has a very high IQ a football IQ, right? Because see, they can't take credit for it. And just to pivot, I saw Coach Prime and Asante Samuel's interview last night. Do you know that the Jacksonville Jaguars have yet to talk to Coach Prime about Travis Hunter? I mean, the man coached Travis Hunter for 3 years, and they haven't even called his last coach. Weird, right? But but that's the that's the aura of the NFL with Coach Prime. It's weird, man. So, you know, Shador's intelligence, it was inherited, earned, and sharpened in private with legends. And that's threatening. So it ain't really about skill no more, y'all. It's about power. And we talk about that all the time. And who gets defined NFL ready? You know, they keep saying Shador ain't ready. But let's be real, y'all. Football raised him. He didn't just learn the game. He was born into it. So it's time to call these pundits out. We have to. We have to let the world know that these people need to stop pretending, stop playing games, and stop acting like they don't know what a high football IQ looks like. And also, the young man ain't begging for y'all approval. So let's get off into it because something has to give. You have all these podcasts, and you know, we try not to be racist or have a racial bias on this platform, but it's hard to not have one when nobody who looks like you is talking all this shit. And it's starting to turn into the Hunger Games, y'all. It's starting to look like that. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Hunger Games, but you tell me, am I wrong? It's really starting to sound like the Hunger Games. And I don't think it's going to stop. I think it's going to keep going and keep going and keep going until somebody has to say something about it. Because you got all these black men on these podcasts, they're not saying anything about it. They're letting these guys just shit all over Shedeur. And at what point do you just say, I've had enough? I've had enough. So let's talk about Shedeur being in the Hunger Games because that's what it has turned into in my eyes. And like I said, if you tell a lie long enough, people will start to believe it. Or in another version, a lie repeated often enough becomes the truth. So the Hunger Games, when the lie becomes the narrative, right? So I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Hunger Games. I don't know what kind of crowd I got tonight. But if you are into the Hunger Games, like myself, I just was sitting there watching it and I was thinking, you know what? This shit kind of look like the Cleveland Browns and think about it for a second, right? You got a black quarterback, which is Shedeur. He gets roasted for doing anything. If he flexes, watch it. He says something. He's just being everything he does is just broken down, right? To the media. They break down every little that's why they keep asking him these little dumbass questions, hoping that he'll mess up, slip up there, take that. They're gonna chop it up, they're gonna drag it out for weeks at a time, right? I call it media stalking. So this is what they do. And then meanwhile over in Cleveland, it's silent. They won't protect him. They're not going to say anything. They criticize his speeding tickets, but you notice how quiet they is with the domestic violence shit, right? So you just got to peep game. There's no outrage. There's no headlines. Just hush. It's like hush money, right? So then they lie. Then they lied and they act like, Shedeur has been the problem when really he just was too unapologetically confident for their system, right? So the Hunger Games is the capital. If you've watched the Hunger Games, it's the powerful elite. It's all the 32 NFL teams, and we already know they colluded. Some people say they colluded. Some people don't want to talk about it. Some people don't believe it. Whatever. On this channel, we know they colluded. They used the manipulation. They used control and spectacles to keep the districts, aka us regular folk, divided, distracted, and fighting each other instead of questioning the system. Then they create this game, right? For what is it, four quarterback battle bullshit, right? These people are crazy, y'all. But I didn't prick the system, right? It's all a game. So these powerful elite. So they created this stupid bullshit quarterback battle. It's gonna be a deadly televised event, just like the Hunger Game movie. This is where the quarterbacks are pitted. Well, the quarterbacks, but it's really Shedeur. Okay, it's pitted against each other for survival, and the media spins it just like they're doing because it's entertainment. Now let's tie this to Shedeur and Cleveland situation. So, in my opinion, I think Shedeur is Katniss. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was targeted, under pressure, underestimated, and becoming a symbol of rebellion. Then you got the NFL media. They're the capital. They controlling the narrative. They silence certain stories like Cleveland's dirt, like when he got raided by the FBI. Nobody want to talk about that. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it happened. And then they blow up others, like how they're doing Dylan, Gabriel. Have you noticed that? Like they're allowing this scrub to be before Shedeur. And that's to distract us and divide. And then you have us, the fans, the district, right? We arguing about the wrong thing. We watching the games without always realizing that we're also being manipulated. So yes, this is very much the Hunger Games, y'all, in Cleveland. So, you know, it's just really sad. But we're here now. Because we already know the NFL media is a circus. And the Hunger Games are in full effect, and Shedeur Sanders is being dragged for being confident, while others staying protected by silence. Even with the Quishan Junkins situation, have you heard Cleveland media drag that out? Nope, didn't. Nope, you did not. So why do you think the spotlight is so harsh on Shador? And why do you think that they're trying to set him up? It's really weird. So I thought that was a great analogy. I thought that really correlates together because while I was watching it, I was like, wow, this really reminds me of what's happening to Shador. And that's crazy. So we already know the NFL media machine works the same way. They elevate drama and they protect certain players. But here's the thing. Shador is not the villain. He's a symbol. And they cannot take it. They cannot take what not only Shador, but what their their family means to black culture, right? They don't understand that. They don't know why we're gravitating towards Coach Prime. Because we don't view Coach Prime the way they view Coach Prime and his family. But for some reason, I think they thought they didn't have clout in the black community like this. And I think they're still grappling over the fact that they still in shock that we are rioting for this family like that. So why do you guys think it is so much silence around the Cleveland Browns? And I'm talking about when you hear the media downplay his football IQ and his intelligence. Why isn't the same energy being applied to actual scandals like with Sean Junkie? I mean, I think that's crazy. But guess what, y'all? We ain't falling for it this time. And that's the part that they are mad at. And I don't know if you guys saw the one video with the Cleveland media guy. He was talking crazy. He was going crazy. Talking, we're not trying to set you up for failure. I mean, dude, we don't believe you. And they cannot take that. And we see how young black excellence get framed. They use it as a threat instead of celebration. We saw it with Cam, with Cap, with Prime, and now Shador. The Hunger Games are real, y'all. But guess what? Shador ain't playing that game. He's rewriting it, and they don't understand it. And the only crime Shedeur committed was not being humble enough for their white comfort. The media bias don't need to be loud. It works best in silence. And the same folks who's calling him spoiled, entitled, they so silent, they dead silent. Because when real abuse cases pop up, they scatter. You notice that? They thought they was going to drag Shedeur over this speeding ticket. No, go handle your DV problem, Cleveland Brown. That's what you need to go handle. So this is very much like the Hunger Games. Now, what district is Shedeur from? I know you're wondering. I did the research. Shedeur Sanders is from District Prime, the district they pretend that don't exist, the one with the culture, the confidence, and the legacy that threatens the capital's order. He represents new age rebellion, young, apologetic, unapologetic, media savvy, and unbought. Just like Katniss, he didn't volunteer, he was born into it. And the Cleveland Browns, their energy, man, is trained, controlled, protected, and they are known for their dysfunction, my bad. They have become complicit in the capital's game. Basically, that man don't know what the hell he's doing. And when they mess up, just like he came on the mic, he tried to protect himself because that's how you play the capital rule. And you saw what um, what's his name? Haslam did on the mic. He threw his GM under the bus because that's what elites do. But guess what? Shedeur is not from one of those obedient districts. He's from prime time district, the one that's built on boldness, truth, and legacy. And the capital, the NFL, they've been shook ever since they saw him coming. They've been new. I'm telling you, they don't just spontaneously do things. They've been playing this. They've been playing this, y'all. So yeah, tell me if I'm spot on. Who's into the Hunger Games? He looked like Arquette. You know how those AI is. You never know what you're gonna get with AI. That's an AI pick. When I thought of this idea, I was like, dang, he do look kind of look like, but I just kept on going. So Shedeur is definitely at in the Hunger Games in Cleveland in a four-way quarterback battle, trying to survive and get his way out of there, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I hope he gets traded. I don't know about y'all, but I hope he gets the hell out of Cleveland because they don't deserve him. You know, they want to keep him quiet. And you know what's crazy? They really think like this is how sick these people are. They really think that they are humbling him. That's the funny part. Like all the black people looking like, he been like this. What are you talking about? But they really think that they've humbled him. They think they've done that. They think that they have done that to him. They have no clue. Just like the one guy said, "Oh well, I guess they were on the field. Somebody who went to go see the camps, and he's like, well, Shedeur doesn't really know Judy. And I'm like, do he even understand Black culture? See, and that's the problem. They don't respect Black culture, because if you respected Black culture, you would know every Black person talk. But it's just funny that they really think that they humble him. And unfortunately, they didn't. You didn't humble him. And if you ever watch this video, I want you guys to know you didn't humble him. He already was this way. So this media bias, though, um, it's like an infatuation they have with Shedeur. Um, they want to make it look like he doesn't have a high IQ. That's their goal, to make it seem like he doesn't have a high football IQ. And we already know Meth Head Mary was paid and bought, you know. But he was built for this moment. That young man was built for this moment. And they keep saying Shedeur ain't ready, that he's not smart, that he moves slow. But his last name if his last name wasn't Sanders, if he didn't have that Black confidence and a father who protects his legacy, would they be saying the same? I don't think so. Let's talk about how the media pushes coded narratives to discredit Black quarterbacks, and why Shedeur is more ready, more than likely ready for the league. Well, he's been ready. He was ready last year, right? So the sports media, y'all, especially Cleveland sports media. And if you, I don't know if you guys are into the Cleveland media, but yeah, I make comments on it. So I made very delightful comments too, because I'm tired of them. I'm tired of the spin. I'm tired of them lying. And like I said in the beginning, if you listen to the lie 1,000 times, you're more likely to believe it that 1,001 time. You're like, you know what? I keep hearing the same thing. It must be true, right? This is what they're trying to do. But we, the new media, we're not letting them. That's why we make these videos. That's why we need for you guys to comment, subscribe, push it out, help us out. And it's for the culture, because it could be your son next. It could be your child next that they do this too. And that's really what this is all about. And because it's bigger than football, it really is. And when I used to hear people say that, I used to be like, you know, what? But now it is. It's true. It's bigger than football. Because this narrative that they paint in Shedeur as unintelligent, unprepared, and not football ready, this has less to do with football and more to do with fear and right for utility. Fear of confident, media trained, branded, legacy driven young Black man that is rewriting what leadership looks like in the NFL. So there's a lot of bias, a lot of code switching, a lot of double standards in real time that's happening. And it's happening on these YouTube streets, y'all. Because you got non-athletic white males that are able to say what the fuck they want to say about people they don't even know. Never played a snap. You got these people pushing this narrative. So it's up to us to play defense. So let's just make this clear. They don't want Shedeur to win because his confidence don't come from them. And that's a motherfucking threat, y'all. That's why you got teams like the Jaguars who wouldn't even reach out to Coach Prime to discuss Travis Hunter. How ignorant is that, y'all? This is what we're dealing with. They're saying stuff like he's not fast, he's not D. They said he wasn't D1 ready. Remember when he was at the HBCU? They're saying his dad is protecting him too much. This nothing has to do with football IQ, and that's where I get pissed. It's coded language. It's the same kind of language that goes across. It's all across the board. It can be with medical treatment. It's coded language for Black people. This is what they do, and I'm just calling it out. The coded language and the media manipulation. Look how long they've dragged Shedeur. We've been talking about Shedeur since before the draft, y'all. It's going on 4 months, y'all. 4 months. Can you imagine being scrutinized for four? I'm talking about every day, even Sunday, y'all. Every day, it's a new narrative, a new topic, a new subject. Like, goddamn. And then, all while this is happening, your daddy is sick, and you don't even know. Yeah. They use words like uncoachable, arrogant, slow processor. It's the same fucking script. They will not use words like smart, coachable, pro ready. I've went back and looked at video when they were at Boulder, when he was at Colorado. Oh my God, y'all. The way they were talking then compared to now, totally different. They've totally flipped the script, y'all. It's very weird. It's very weird. They refuse to look at his college stats. This is how crazy all this is. They refuse to look at his college stats. And that was just what, 8 months ago? They refuse to acknowledge his IQ moment on the field. They refuse to talk about the interviews that show his football brain and leadership. They refuse to showcase how he prepares behind the scenes, all his work ethic clips, all the clips you saw when he was training with his quarterback and Cam Ward. Have you seen any of those videos in the Cleveland media? No, you haven't. You know why? Because they're hoping you forgot. Because if you listen to a lie 1,000 times, the 1,001 time, you're gonna say, "Well, damn, that sound like the truth." Man, I keep on hearing the same thing over and over. It must be true, but it's not. Remember, it's the Hunger Games. I hope this making sense because this is the best way I can explain it. So why does the world have an issue with black men who knows their purpose, who know their king, who know their role in raising their sons with boundaries and purpose? What is so wrong with them? You have to protect black confidence. So I have a challenge. I challenge all of you, whoever listens to this video, whoever sees this video, I challenge you to call out the biases. You, it don't matter if they say you sound crazy. We got to stop letting these white analysts shape our opinion. And I was so happy that Stephen A, for the first time ever in my life from watching this man, he told the white man, you don't know what I have seen or how I feel. I am black. You do not speak for me. I almost fell out the bed. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's happening right now. So, to all the white lying media who refuse to give Shedeur his props for having a high football IQ, we watching you. We know you're throwing shade. We know you have a problem with his legacy and confidence and his high IQ. We know you have a problem with that. But I pray that each and every one of you start catching that shade in sports talk and call these people out. You can call people out without sounding crazy. You know how to do it. But we have to stop allowing these white media stalkers and white analysts to shape our opinion. You cannot damn what God has ordained. And Shedeur Sanders was built for the moment, not because of the height, but because of heritage and hard work and vision. You continue to try to discredit Shedeur football intelligence like he is just like a scrub or something. Now, I'm going to run down the list of people he's worked with. Let's first start with his daddy, Coach Prime. He had a OC, Pat Shermer. He was in the NFL and he coached for Cleveland Browns, and I think he started the same offense that Kevin Stank. How you pronounce his name? Oh, I can't even say the joke because I can't say his name. But you know who I'm talking about, the head coach. Now, they had the similar offenses, NFL offense, and we know Coach Prime run an NFL prep college team, right? So it's just insults, right? That's what they're good at. So now he trained with Tom Brady. He also I can't think of his name. He trained his first quarterback. He also his first NFL quarterback trainer. I can't think of his name. When he was in high school, we trained with him. He has sat at the table with all his dad's ex teammates. I mean, it's on video. You can go and Google it. So he's football. It's in his blood. It's in his lifestyle. So to hear how they try to diminish his IQ is insulting. And they try to keep acting like he's slow, like he was on a short bus, y'all, unprepared, like he just lucky. These people is funny, man. But it has to stop, y'all. And I need y'all to help. I need y'all to help. I need you gotta start calling out these biases. If y'all gonna be in these YouTube streets with me, we gotta do it for the culture. Even though his dad is a Hall of Fame DB and elite football mind, he had a pro level coaching, trained with Tom Brady, discipline, strategy. This young man was learning coverages while other kids was watching cartoons. Do y'all realize that? You know, they want to sit in our face and play in our face and praise Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback, who's 5'9" and a half, with he's proven to have less experience and worse stats since this camp. I think today he went 3 for 14, y'all. And why we gotta hush up about that? Why have you noticed? Have you seen that plastered all across YouTube? No. And that's why we're in the Hunger Games. If you're feeling me, hit that subscribe button. So they want to praise a lesser experienced quarterback whose stats, who has worse stats if they can fit a certain image. See, Dylan fits an image. If he was probably 6 feet tall, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. And you notice they call Dylan a gunslinger. He got a strong arm, or he's gritty. But then they describe Shedeur as cocky. Oh, he's arrogant, entitled. Yeah, all because he don't beg for your validation. He don't need ESPN. He got his own platform. Are y'all feeling me now? Come on, Hunger Games. He learned that from the GOAT, his daddy, not their system. You see why they say it's daddy ball now? So you gotta read in between the lines. It's all shade. That's why they're uncomfortable. That's why they want to make it look like he is not intelligent, like he's slow, remedial, uh, short bus type of kid. You know, but the fact of the matter is, he just don't need them to co-sign. If you were smart, you could actually go back 8 months and look at his film. You can start from high school and look at his film. It's out there. It's on the streets. You can watch it. But they're not going to do that. So I'm going to repeat it one more time. If lies are loud enough, it'll start sounding like the truth. You ever notice how if you repeat a lie enough times, it start sounding like the truth? That's what they're doing to Shedeur, y'all. And it's time somebody said it loud, like me. So the media, they out here pushing Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur. And it's insulting. Dylan Gabriel stands about five. I'll give him 5'9" and a half. I'm not going to give him any more than that. And it's insulting. Batted down by linebackers in the training camp. Have you guys saw it? He went 3 for 14 today, but somehow he's more NFL ready. Meanwhile, Shedeur, a student of the game, elite stats, legacy coaching, and Brady level training. Even though we don't mess with Tom Brady over here, he still trained them. We can't take that away. But he gets called cocky, slow, unprepared. Every time he wears headphones, anything, it don't even matter. They're gonna spin it. They're gonna make it seem like he's so difficult or disconnected. So he has to work 10 times harder than Dylan Gabriel. And that's where I have a problem. Dylan Gabriel is undersized. He's struggling in training camp. 3 for 14. Come on, y'all. And he's still getting love because he fixed a scrappy underdog image they trying to sell. It's a double standard. And you know what? I think they punishing him also. Not only are they punishing for his dad, but they punishing him for that combine. Remember, because I think what really pissed the NFL off, like I think this put, in my opinion, this put like another notch on it when they had their own combine. You know, because if you think about it, think about it. They're like, oh, oh, you think you all that? You think you bigger than the program, huh? You want to do your own combine? I'm telling you. But a white quarterback do it all the time. And when they do it, they say, oh, he's strategic and focused. I'm telling you, start paying attention to those key words that they try to use to describe us. Even Cam Ward did his own combine. But yeah, they're going to continue to use things like he's not ready. And I'm giving you all the words that I went and wrote down that they use. He's not ready. He's not that smart. Or he's only good because of his daddy. Those are all biased words for you to go off in the comments on it. And if you say that 100 times, he's not ready, he's not ready, he's not ready. And folks who never even watch the game, they're going to start to believe it. And that's why a lot of these people be in the comments popping off like that. But let me give you some truth. He's had NFL training since before high school. He's trained with Tom Brady's team, played in 2 different systems, adapted, dominated. And the film don't lie. Stats don't lie. Only media lies. And then y'all keep talking about development. Shedeur is the development. He is the blueprint. He just don't come from y'all system. And that's what really got y'all uncomfortable. The Hunger Games. We are in the Hunger Games. We are in District 5. Yes, lower. So, y'all, I have a call to action. I'm begging you guys. We, the new media, when I say new media, you know what I'm talking about. Black media. Stop letting them shape our narratives. Share this. Talk back. Support. Black quarterback with your chest. We're going to start telling our own stories. I already described to you how stupid they sound. They said, oh, Shedeur and Judy, I don't think they know each other. They don't understand our culture, y'all. And it don't even matter no more if they understand it or not. We're not allowing them to shape our narrative, y'all. And that is it for me, y'all. I hope my message got to you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. Get me to 1,000 so I can start really doing some things on YouTube. I'm kind of stuck right now. Can't really do too much. I appreciate you all for popping in and out, in and out. It don't matter. Um, until next time, stay black, stay real. Peace.